Hello, and welcome to Mountain View Christian Academy's Administrator Moment. We'd like to use our Administrator Moments this year to focus on tips and helpful information that hopefully will help you as a parent. These might include technology tips, pieces of safety information, or the newest research in education. My name is Heather Harbin, and I am happy to share with you this month's Administrator Moment focusing on technology. Maybe as you've been signing up for school, or if you've been with our school for a while, you've heard these terms tossed around: FACS, RenWeb, FACS Family Portal, FACS Financial, and you've wondered what they are and if they're all the same thing. Today, I'd like to clarify for you what each of these things are and help you find success in using them, both as a returning family and for our new families. So let's get started. If we take a look at FACS, FACS is actually a parent company that owns a whole suite of software that allows us to communicate with our parents effectively as teachers. So I've gone to the FACS website that you can see here, facsmgt.com. FACS used to be just a financial component, but a few years ago they bought a company called RenWeb. And so many of the teachers who have been here for a while will still call this RenWeb. And we'll talk about where that shows up in FACS and what specifically we're referring to when we mean RenWeb. Now, as a family, you have access to two different things. I'm going to click here on Family Login, and you'll see there are two options: FACS Family Portal and Payment Plans/Financial Aid. When we talk about FACS Financial, what we're really talking about is this option right here: Payment Plans and Financial Aid. This is where you will sign in to access your tuition plan and your tuition agreement. It is not linked to payment plans for lunch or before and after care. It is only linked to monthly tuition payments. So if you've been working with Mr. Bordelon and you've chosen a 10, 11, or 12-month payment plan, the Family Login Payment Plans/Financial Aid is where you would go to find information about that family plan. If you're paying in full or paying by the semester and you're not paying through FACS but straight to the office, you may never use the payment plans or financial aid. Again, when we talk about tuition and payment plans, we're talking about this option right here. This is payment plans solely for tuition. The other option that you have as a family is FACS Family Portal. FACS Family Portal is what used to be called RenWeb, and so most of the teachers tend to still refer to this as RenWeb. You can log into your FACS Family Portal here by clicking on this button, or if you're familiar with our website, you can also click on Family Portal up in the top right-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and log into my Family Portal by using the website. When I click Family Portal, it's going to take me to this page that says FACS Family Portal. You'll notice in the URL right up here that I'm circling, it still says accounts.renweb.com. This is why teachers often will refer to this as RenWeb, but what we really mean is the FACS Family Portal. In the FACS Family Portal, you have three pieces of information you need to enter. The district code is the same for everyone, MVCA-VA. The username and password are created for you when you are first entered into our student information system. If you do not know your username and password, check with the office and they will be happy to give that to you. You can see my username and password are already saved here. A quick note: if you are using, let's switch back, the payment plans or financial aid, this is not the same username and password. Unfortunately, they have two different sets of usernames and passwords. So my username and password for my financial plan and my FACS Family Portal, totally different. So just be aware of that. All right, I've got my username and password here, and so I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm logging in as a parent, so I'm going to check that option. If you have a student who's older and you want them to be able to do this for themselves, they can also get a student username and password and log in as a student, and I'll let you know what information they see. In the FACS Family Portal, you can see on the left, we've got several different options. School, student, and family are the three that I'm going to focus on today very quickly. Under the school option, we have a lot of different things. We've got our school home, which is kind of a dashboard. We've got a calendar that shows all of our school events that are coming up. This is synced with the school's Google Calendar, which you can also be added to and have on your phone if you would like to have that on your phone. We've got a directory where you can find all of the staff members and click on any name to access their email and send them an email right from the directory. We also have the school's phone number and school email as well in case you need to get in touch with the school to let us know about absences or any changes regarding your student. Under resource documents, you'll see that we have some important documents that have been emailed to you, but maybe you can't find the email. This is a great place to go back and find those documents. We've got our back to school packet that was just sent out the other day with schedules and all of the back to school information and our school supply list. Under the newsletter archives, you can see that we've got our back to school newsletter here and our year in review if you want to know what happened at the end of last year. Another important thing under the school information is our web forms. Under web forms here, you can change any important information that affects your child as far as emergency contacts and transportation. If you need to add or remove someone from emergency contact or transportation, you can do that here. If there's a change in the custodial parent, you can also update that right here on the web form. Alternatively, you can call the office and do that with the person in the office as well. But if you'd like to do it online, you do have those options under the school menu of Fax Family Portal. For me as a parent, the part that I use the most is the Student tab. So let's take a look at that next. If you have a student who's older and you would like for them to have access to Fax Family Portal, the Student tab is what they will also be able to see. Under the Student tab, we have a Student Home, which kind of is an overview of everything related to your student. You can see the homework that they have by date or by subject. Obviously, school hasn't started, so there's no homework yet. You can see each of the classes that they've been enrolled in, so you can check your child's schedule here. And then once grades are entered, you can also check each of their grades. If you click on the class, we'll click World Geography 9, for example. Once the teacher has grades entered, you can actually see each of the assignments with grades and the grade they got on each individual assignment, or if they have any missing or late work as well. So those are options in the Student Home. If we go back to the Student Home, underneath you can see we've got some sub-menus here. So again, I can check grades, I can check homework, I can check attendance. If my child is a driver and I need to know if they're arriving on time for school, I can check that here. Any behavior issues or medicine that's been distributed will also be noted here under the Student tab. And finally, you can see we've got a lunch option. If you would like to pre-order lunch for your child to make sure they're not ordering for themselves every day, maybe you don't want them to have ice cream every day, you can actually create a web order right here and add each of the items that your child would like to have ordered. There are no items listed right now because school has not started, but once the lunch menu has been input into our system, you'll be able to create a web order there as well. So again, all of this is information that you can see on the Student Home weekly summary, classes, the lunch menu, the attendance behavior, or you can click on each of these sub-menus below. Students have access, are able to see this student section as well. The third section that's really helpful is this family section. Now the family section, your child, if they have an account, may not be able to see all of this information, and we'll talk about why in a second. When I go to Family Home, I have an overview of everything for my family. This includes any members of my family, so you can see my husband and I'm here, as well as our personal preferences and our contact information. I would suggest that you go to the contact information and make sure that your address, cell phone number, and email are still all accurate, especially if you've moved recently. Under Preferences, you can see that I have the preference to receive a gradebook progress report weekly. If you would like to have any of these preferences become yes or no's, you do need to contact the office and they can change those preferences for you. Unfortunately, you can't change them yourself. I wish that you could, but you can't. So any of these preferences that you would like changed, contact the office and they can change that for you. The important information, I think, under the Family tab is this section that says Family Billing. Now, we talked about over here, this is where you log in to see your tuition payments, to change the bank account information if you need to change a bank account information for where your tuition payments are made. But in the Fax Family Portal, we can actually see our balances. So each month, Mr. Bordelon or Mrs. Mingle will send out an email that says, check your lunch and before and after care balances. This is where you go to do that. And you can see right here, I've got the account name, my balance. And if I want to know what specific charges there are, I can click on details. Now the balance is how much you owe. So if you look at lunch, for example, I have a balance of negative $54.50. This means I don't owe anything, and I actually have a $54.50 credit. I can click on the details, and it will show me all of the things that have been charged to my lunch account over the past few years. If you notice, it still says 2021 as the first date. I'm going to sort that with the most recent charges first. And you can see that as an employee, I can have money put into my lunch account each week. So that's what those are, those additions there. I can also go back and look and see, here's where I bought a water, or here's where I bought a small turkey sandwich, or let's find something that's not me. Here's where my daughter bought a cheeseburger, baked beans, and fruit. So if you have multiple children or multiple people using your lunch account, you can actually see which child or which person is making the charge if they are doing lunch charges. So again, when Mr. Bordelon or Ms. Mingle asks you to check your accounts and check your balances, this is what they are asking you to check. Your child does not have access to see this information. If I continue to scroll, I can also check my tuition balance and other accounts as well. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to scroll down for that, but it functions the same. Unfortunately, you cannot make payments through this screen. So if you find that you owe lunch money or if you owe before and after care, you do have to make those payments directly to the office. You can contact the office and pay those over the phone, in person, or they can send you an online statement that you can pay directly from the statement. At the moment, there's just no way to do that from this website, from this family home site. It only allows you to check your balances. All right, so all of that is right here under the Family tab. You see, we also have Apply, Enroll, and some college resources as well. One final thing that I wanted to mention under the Family Home tab is that you can enter service hours for your child. So here I am on Family Home, and this time I'm going to select my child. Under my child's info, I can see, again, picture. I can check her information to make sure her information is correct. All of our students to receive a CCMV email address for 5th grade and up, I believe, so I can make sure that that's entered in there as well. In this middle section, you'll see that it says service hours. And here I'm able to add service hours for my child. You can see service hours have been added from 2014 all the way to present. We'll go back to the present date there. To add more service hours, I click the Add button and I can enter the information and save that there. Service hours are integrated with your child's transcript. We can print those off each year if you ever need it for a college application or maybe for insurance purposes if your child's starting to drive or just for anything else. We have that logged and it's integrated with their school record and with their transcript as well. And that's where you can record your service hours. Again, you can check your child's contacts and information as well here at this Family tab. So just as a final reminder, when we talk about these 4 things, FACS is the parent company that owns all of the student information system and software. RenWeb used to be what the name of FACS Family Portal is. The current name is FACS Family Portal, but many of us teachers still refer to it as RenWeb, and you saw when we logged in at the top, RenWeb is actually part of the URL as well. We also talked about the FACS Financial. FACS Financial section is where you go, payment plans/financial, to pay your tuition only. Your lunch and your before and after care bills do not show up in this financial section. There are different usernames and passwords for both. So if you go to your FACS Family Portal and you don't remember your username and password, contact the office and they can get that information for you. I hope that that gives you some helpful technology information and helps you find success this year in managing your child's schedule, homework, grades, lunch bill, before and after care bill, and any other things that you can find on the FACS Family Portal. If you have further questions about how to use these resources, please do reach out to the office and we will be happy to help you. And that's this month's Administrator Moment.